This is video 3. So 706 you didn't get this, but 701 you got this, and I believe 702 you might have gotten, but nothing. Let's just start. And it says factor out. So again, you can use the ladder method, which comes in very handy for this. So you got -8 minus 24. You can start with 2. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 goes into 24 12 times. And you can go 2 again. Well, actually, I don't want it. The higher the better, right? So you can use 2, you can use 4. 4 goes into 4 1 time. And 4 goes into 3 times. So the GCF is a product of these two numbers. And 2 times 4 equals 8. So our expression, our equivalent expression is going to be -8 times m minus 3. And you can always check 8 times m, 8 times -n is -8m. 8 times -3 is -24. So this checks out with it. So definitely the right expression. 5a minus 15x. Again, 5 pulls out. 5 goes into 5 1 time. You can write 1a if you like. Minus 5 goes to 15 3 times, 3x. So 1a, the GCF is just 5, so you get 5a minus 3x. You can always double check. 5 times a is 5a, and 5 times -3 is going to be -15x. So that works out too. -30, shoot, 30 something, 35k minus 20a. Common factor is 5, so if you pull that out, you get 7 minus 7k. Minus 5 times 4 is 20, so that would be 4a. You can't continue because the only common factor is 1, so you know you're done. So again, this is your GCF, and your expression should be 5. Don't leave it like this. Okay, you should write it like this: 5 times -7k minus 4a, and you can always double check. 5 times -7 is -35. 5 times -4 is -20. 14r plus 28w. Let's pull out a 7. 7 goes into 14 2 times, plus 7 goes into 28 4 times. GCF is 7, so it'd be 7 times 2r plus 4w. Okay, and you can, again, always double check by applying distributive property and see if you get these two terms. This one is just longer, the same idea though. -32h plus 24y minus 48. We can do 2. Can we go higher? We can do 4. Let's try 8. No, yeah, let's try 8. 8 goes into 32 4 times, -4h. 8 goes into 24y 6 times, so 6w. No, 3w. 3y, sorry. And then 8 goes into 48 6 times. So can we go again? No. So we're stopped. And it's going to be 8 minus 4h plus 3w minus 6. Next one is -10a plus 2r minus 20y. And find something in common. So again, it's a 2. 2 goes into 10, -5a, plus 2 times, only 2 divided by 2 is 1r, and 20 divided by 2 is going to be 10. Right? We cannot continue, so this is finished. So it's 2, 5a, plus 1r, or just r, minus 10y. So if you check, 2 times 5 is 10, -10. 2 times a 1 here is 2, and 2 times 10 is 20. So this is a check. 7w minus 7 I'm going to pull out the 7. 7 goes into 7 one time. And 7 goes into 7 1. So we're done. We can write 1W or just W minus 1. 7 times W is 7W. 7 times 1 is just 7. So this also checks. Negative 21W minus 14M. No 2, no 3. We can use 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 14 divided by 7 is 2. And we're finished. Negative 3W minus 2M. And again, you can check. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. 45K minus 18 plus 63. I'm going to pull out a 3. 3 goes into 45 15 times. 3 goes into 18 6 times. And 3 goes into 63 21. Why? Can I continue? Yes, continue. It's going to be another 3. 3 goes into 5 15 5 times. 3 goes into 6 2 times. And 3 goes to 21 7 times. Can I continue? Nope. So I finished. So the GCF is going to be 3 times 3, which is 9. So my number is going to be 9, parentheses, 5K, minus 2, plus 7Y. And you can again multiply this. And you get 45, 18, 63. This is again, it's the same idea. Okay, minus 24C, minus 48D. So it's 4 numbers. Let's pull out a 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3A. 12 divided by 2 is 6B. 24 divided by 2 is 12C. And then 48 divided by 2 is 24D. And I should have gone higher, so we can continue. Likewise, you can use a 3. You have to continue. 3 divided by 3 is 1A, or just A, 1A. 6 divided by 3 is 2, or 2B. 12 divided by 3 is 4, or 4C. And 24 divided by 3 is 8, or 8D. So final answer, the GCF is 2 times 3, which is 6. We're going to get 6, 1A, or just A, minus 2B, minus 4C, minus 8D, and you can always check. Right, 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 8 is 48. So, check. We have a few more. So 4A minus 2M minus 2C plus 8. Pull out a 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2A. 2 divided by 2 is 1M, or just M. 2 divided by 2 is C, or 1C. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. This is my GCF. So I get 2A minus M minus C minus 4. Check. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times M is 2M. 2 times C is 2C. And 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. Now we have 3 plus 5K plus C, or 1C. Okay, remember. So we can't use 2, no 3, no 4, no 5. So it's going to be 1. Okay, so it's going to be 3 divided by 3 is 1, 5 divided by 1 is 5, and 1 divided by 1 is 1. So our answer is going to be parentheses 3 plus 5K plus C. And you can put a 1 over there, or just like this. So this one is okay, and this one is okay. combine the like terms and then factor out the GCF to create. So we're going to combine the like terms. So there's a lot of things to do here. And so we're going to do distributive property here. So negative times a positive is a negative, so negative 8m. Negative times a positive is a negative. 4 times 3 is 12k. Positive times a negative is a negative 4m. Positive times a positive is a positive. 2 times 3 is 6k. So I can combine some terms, yeah? So it's this one with this one, and this guy with this guy. So negative 8m minus 4m minus 12k plus 6k. So I can combine these two, and that becomes negative 8 minus 4, negative 8 plus negative 4, so negative 12. So it's negative 12m. This one is negative 12 plus 6. There's more negatives, right? So it's going to be minus 6 and minus 6k. Now I want you to, do the factor out. So I get negative 12m minus 6k. And we're going to pull out a 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Minus, and 6 divided by 6 is 1, or just k. And we get 6 minus 2m minus k. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. 6 times minus k is minus 6k. So, check. So, next one. 2 times m is 2m. Positive times a negative is a negative. 2 times 6 is negative 12. Negative times a negative is a positive. 4 times 8 is 32m. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 4 times 4 is 16. Let's combine some terms. So it's 2m plus 32m minus 12 plus 16. 2m plus 32m is 34m. Negative 12 plus 16 is going to be plus 4. Now we can take GCF, use the ladder method, and we're going to get a 2. 34 divided by 2 is 17. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Right? And we're done. So this is our GCF. So it's going to be 2 times 17m plus 2. And you can see 2 times 17 is 34m, and 2 times 2 is 4. Now over here, I don't know what this is here, so let me get rid of that. Okay, a little bigger. There is a negative sign here. We can put a 1 there, right? Let's put a 1. So it's a negative times a negative, negative 1. So it's just going to be positive 4w. Negative 1 times negative 5 is going to be positive 5a. Likewise here, put a 1 here. So it's a negative 1 times a positive, so it's going to be negative 7w. And negative times a positive is going to be negative, or negative 8. Can we combine like terms? We can combine this guy here with this guy. And this guy with this guy. So 4w minus 7w plus 5a minus a. 4w minus 7w is the same thing as 4 minus 7, or 4 plus negative 7. You see there's more negatives, so you get negative 3. So it's negative 3w. 5a minus a, there's a 1 here, it's 5 minus 1, and just becomes 4, or plus 4a. So this is my expression. Let me take the GCF here. So if you do negative 3w plus 4a, and we do this, the only number is 1. It's going to be negative 3w plus 4a. So if you put this in parentheses, it's going to be negative 3w plus 4a. And you can put a 1 there if you like. Okay. And this times this is this. And this 1 times 4a is 4a. there's a 1 here, right? 1 times 5 is 5m. Positive times a negative is negative, and 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. So they come out exactly the same. Plus 1 times 7 is plus 7m. Positive times a negative is going to be negative 7. Combine some terms here. 5m is plus 7m. Minus 4w. And then minus 6 and minus 7. Minus 6, minus 7. 5m and 12 and 7m is 12m minus 4w, right? And then minus 6 minus 7, minus 6 minus 7, change it to addition. Negative 6 plus negative 7 is negative 13. If I do the ladder method for this, actually, there's nothing in common, so it's just going to be 1. It's going to be 12m minus 4w minus 13, and you can put that like this if you like. You don't need the 1 in front, but I'm just showing that that's the only common factor. 1 times 12m is 12m. 1 times negative 4w is negative 4w, and 1 times negative 13 is negative 13. Oof, look at this size of this. Alright, so let me start by putting a 1 over here. Now we can multiply. Negative times a negative is a positive, so 15w. Negative times a negative is a positive, so plus 35k. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 5 times 2 is 10a. Negative times a negative is a positive, so plus 5w. Negative times a negative is a positive, so plus k. And negative times a negative is positive, and just get 4a. Combine some like terms. You get 15w plus 5w plus 35k plus k and plus 10a plus 4a. So a lot of things to combine. 15w plus 5w is 20w. 35k plus k is plus 36k. And 10a plus 4a is plus 14a. With this one, you can actually have a common factor that's not 1. So 20w plus 36k plus 14a, ladder method, we can pull out a 2. 2 times 20 divided by 2 is 10, or 2 times 10 is 10w. 2 times 18 is 36k, and 2 times 7 is 14. So our expression is going to get, this GCF is 2, so it's 2, 10w plus 18k plus 7a. Yeah? 18. Okay. So we have one more problem. So it's a negative 9. So it's going to be negative 63h. Negative times a positive is negative 27k. Negative times a positive is going to be negative 45a. Negative times a negative is positive, so it's 16h. Negative times a negative is going to be positive. 8 times 6 is 48k. And negative times a negative is going to be positive 56a. Let's combine some terms. So it's going to be negative 63h. H. Oh, here's an h. Plus 16h. K. Minus 27k. Plus 48k. And then minus 45a. Plus 56a. Well, let's do these two first. From here to here. Well, same color. Okay, from here to here. Negative 63 plus 16. Hay más negativos. There's more negatives. So 16. There's going to be negative something h, right? So it's going to be 63 minus 16. 7, 47. So it's going to be 47h. This is negative again and a positive. So negative 27 plus 48. There's more positives, so it could be plus something k, right? So it's going to be 48 minus 27. It's going to be 21. Over here, it's going to be negative 45 plus 56. There's more positive. So it's going to be positive something. So it's going to be plus. So 56 minus 45 is 11a. Well, there are no common denominators here. Common factors. So if you did the ladder method, plus 21k plus 11a, you would get just 1. Right? There's no other number. So it's going to be 1 parentheses negative 47h plus 21k plus 11a. And that's that. And you can always check by applying distributive property to see if you did it correctly. Okay, so that's it.